Hello everyone. Today I'm going to give you just a quick look at some of the basics of SnowRunner for new players. When starting out, you'll have to start a new campaign. As you can see, I've already got one game, but we'll start a new one for this. At the beginning, you'll start with this little scout. A quick look at your screen, you will currently see three groups. Top right shows your current active contract or task. Bottom right shows your gears, all-wheel drive, and diff lock. Bottom left shows your fuel and condition of parts of your truck as well as your functions menu. So let's dive in and talk a little bit more about these. Starting with the contracts or tasks. As you can see right now, we have the contract, the watchtower. Under it, we have the objective, find the watchtower. Your objectives vary between finding something, delivering cargo or trucks, or repairing a truck. Each type of objective will have different symbols. The little symbol you see next to the watchtower is for finding. Remember it for now, I'll show you more on that later. Let's move on to the bottom right. Here you will see your handbrake, red for on, gray for off. Under that, you'll have all-wheel drive or AWD and diff lock. Not all trucks come with all-wheel drive and diff lock. Some will have only one or the other. Some will have both. When engaged, the symbol on the right will turn green. This truck only has all-wheel drive. Below that are your gears. Starting from the middle, you have automatic. To the left is low gear. To the right is neutral, and at the bottom is reverse. At the top, you have high gear. You'll notice that high gear, as well as the dots above and below low gear, are all grayed out. This means that your current gearbox does not have those gears. The dot below low gear is low minus gear, while the dot above is the low plus gear. Next up is the group at the bottom left. At the bottom, you have 5 little symbols. These symbols represent your tires, fuel tank, engine, gearbox, and suspension. Except for the tires symbol, all other symbols show the condition of each part. When damaged, they will show a line forming a ring around them. The more damage you take, the more that line shrinks. When small enough, the symbols will turn red and cause various things to happen. For fuel tank, your truck will start leaking fuel, causing you to lose fuel even with the truck turned off. For engine, your truck will randomly shut off and you'll have to start it up again. For the gearbox, your truck will randomly jump to neutral while driving. And for suspension, your truck will not be able to support itself and will rest on the tires. Speaking of, the tires symbol will not show the condition of your tires and will only turn red when one of them is flat. Above the symbols, you have your fuel gauge. As you can see, this truck has a full tank, 22 out of 22. Next to that is how much fuel your truck is using. This does not include loss from leaking fuel tanks. Next is the function menu. Selecting that menu opens it up, as well as shows another group of information in the top left. In the functions menu, you currently have two categories, truck and cargo. Under truck, you currently have four options: start engine, change truck, delete trailers, and recover. For the most part, these are self-explanatory. The exceptions would be delete trailers, which would let you select a trailer near you and delete it. For money purposes, I wouldn't recommend that. The other is recover, which would normally send you to the last garage you were at. But as we have just started, recover will send you back here. Under cargo, we currently only have one option, remove cargo, which would let you select a cargo to delete. There are more categories and options that become available when you start your truck and when you customize it later. You'll notice that with the functions menu open, that under the symbols at the bottom, numbers appear. That is the durability of each part. However, tires only shows the number of tires on your truck and only goes down when one is flat. We'll come back to this in a moment though. Let's take a look at the group that appeared at the top left. So at the very top, it shows a picture of your truck as well as the type of truck you're in. Under that, you have three stats: power to weight ratio, durability, and fuel consumption rate. The more power your truck has compared to its weight, the better the score. Right now, your truck has a C+. Durability is how easy our engine and gearbox take damage or resistance. The more resistant to damage, the better the score. Currently, our truck is at a B-. Lastly, fuel consumption rate means just as the name implies, how fast we consume fuel. The lower the amount consumed, better the score. Our truck is currently at S. The bars you see in the middle show a rough estimation of the scores. The more you fill the bar, the better the score, except with fuel consumption. With that one, it's how little the bar is full, the better. Now, lastly, with the functions menu open, you can see at the bottom of your screen in the center, show damage. Hitting that will show the damage of each part, including each individual tire. But enough of blabbing, it's time to see this truck in action. Let's get out of functions, turn off handbrake, and start the engine again. I must have turned it off, my bad. So, the new category is winch, which comes with one option right at the moment, attach winch. If you select that, you'll see you have a bunch of dots appear on your truck. This is where you can attach the winch. After selecting it, you'll see other dots appear, which at the moment you can't see anything because there's nothing in range that we can attach to. So we'll come back to that. For now, let's go for a little drive. So in SnowRunner, you'll drive through different terrain, as the tutorial will show. Sometimes switching to a lower gear is better. Gives you a little more control. And sometimes it's not enough all-wheel drive or diff lock or both is needed. The problem with that is with all-wheel drive on, your fuel consumption does increase. Let's go off a little bit more. We got past the mud, which wasn't too bad. Alright. Now we're back on the actual road. I'm going to show you again what the winch can do. So we go back to the functions, open the winch, open to winch, select our target, and as you can see we've got a few choices already. Looking around, don't see any others. So we'll go with this one here. Close functions. You can start towing yourself on over. Also, if you don't open it, you just tap your winch button, which for me is triangle, for the game it's Y, and it'll automatically attach to something near you, which can be good and can be bad, because sometimes it'll grab something like a bush or a small tree, and instead of pulling you to it, you rip it out of the ground and pull it to you. But this pole that we're attached to won't move anywhere. Alright, let's continue on, and I will catch up to you guys when we hit our first obstacle. Alrighty, so we have different terrains. In front of us we have a washed out road. To the left we have a muddy dirt path. Let's go take the mud, just for fun. Turn on all-wheel drive, and off we go. As you can see, with all-wheel drive, it handles dirt and mud a lot more than without. And here we are on the other side. As the game pointed on out, there's a fuel station. Let's fuel on up. Alright, we're back at full. We got another dirt path to take. Now, real quick, you remember that little symbol next to the watchtower? Check it out, it's right there in front of us. And if we go to the map, we can see the same symbol right here. We'll come back to the map later. For now, let's get to the watchtower. Going through mud, water. Nice and easy. And we're through. Alright, so a watchtower basically reveals part of the map. just like this tutorial tells us. I always like looking at the observations just because it looks nice. And it has good music. Alright. Let's go to the map here real quick. As you can see, from last time we only had a little bit. Now we have this entire area uncovered. So, with that, we need to find the truck, which is right here. So, on the map here, you can look, you can make your own route to wherever you want to go, or you can just go. It's 100% up to you. So I'll let you guys make your own decisions on that. And I will meet you back at the truck, the new truck. So here we are. We've found the new truck, gotten a little experience. Now, going back to functions, change truck. This allows you to jump to a truck that's yours nearby. If there's a truck but you can't jump to it, it doesn't belong to you. Alright, let's learn about the map now, shall we? So, on the map, if you take a look to the left, you have 3 categories at the top: objects, contracts, and tasks. Each category has a subcategory. Or, well, I should say only objectives and tasks have subcategories. Under objectives, you have trucks and trailers, task giver, buildings, and upgrades. Now, the only thing it's going to show you under each one is what you can see, what's been revealed on the map. So you can see our 2 trucks. You can see some trailers. But as you can see, they're grayed on out, which means we see them, but we haven't discovered them. You'll have to get close to one to discover it. Once discovered, it'll turn white. Right now, we don't see any task givers, so nothing there. Under buildings, you have town storage, lumber mill, the fuel station, and then several watchtowers. Under upgrades, you have 1 upgrade. Now at any time, you can click on them or select them, and it will take you to where it is. Regardless of whether or not the map is revealed. Now each symbol tells you a little more. Now moving on to tasks. Right now, since we don't see any task givers, we have no tasks. So we'll have to come back to this when we have some tasks. Under contracts, right now, we currently only have 1 contractor, which is Steel River Township. Selecting them shows you what contracts are available. We only have one at the moment, so we'll do the old bridge. Now, as you can see on the left here, it tells you a little bit, just kind of like a little backstory theme. And then you have two objectives: deliver to the old bridge, deliver to the old bridge. The second one here is grayed out because it's locked. You have to finish this objective before you can unlock this one. Now for this one, just have to deliver some metal beams. And at the bottom, after completing both objectives, you'll see our rewards, some experience, some money. So let's go ahead and activate this one. And as you can see, in the top right, our current active contract has changed. It's showing our objective, the delivering metal beams. Now, as you can see, there's a little down arrow symbol. If you take a look at the map, you can see one down arrow, but there's 3 up arrows. These up arrows are where you can get your metal beams. Now, if you have multiple items that you have to get for an objective, you have to check. So, for example, we'll go to metal beams and we'll see what else is at the town storage. Here's another way you can take a look. Under buildings, it shows what you have that gives the metal beams. If you select metal beams, town storage, my bad, it shows you what is available there, how many spaces it takes up, and at some locations it'll show how many they have in stock. This one only shows that it takes up 2 squares or 2 slots, and our truck currently has a 2-slot sideboard trailer, backing. So we'll pick up from town storage and then we'll drop off at the old bridge. So let's head to the town storage and pick up those beams. Now, it is nighttime, as you can see, so you can turn on your lights, give you a little light in this darkness. And if you'll notice, this truck does not have all-wheel drive, so we'll have to be more careful when going through dirt and mud. You there. Alright, so we've made it to town storage. Let's go pick up our beams. Before I open up the cargo management, take a look to the left here. You'll see that red circle, that little crane symbol. This means if you want to, you can have the cargo appear there and load it up manually if you have a crane. We currently do not, so we'll have to have it loaded directly onto the truck. So into cargo management. And again, as you can see, you can pick to deliver at the truck or to have it loaded manually. So we're just going to load it onto the truck here. And now we have no more space for anything else. But thankfully, we only need one metal beam. Now, if you go under functions, you'll see cargo now has unpack cargo and remove cargo. If you unpack it, it'll give you the option to pack it again. If you remove cargo, it'll give you the option to remove the beams that we just got. So let's not do that. Alrighty, let's head off. That's just giving you a little information on trailers because we went past them. Not close enough to discover it, but close enough to trigger. Alright, the symbol has appeared again on our screen. Let's get some fuel while we're here. You never know. And this time, we're going to go through the water. Here we go. Handles it with no problem. Here we are at the old bridge. Drop off. Now, not all contracts and tasks will have a cutscene, but some of them do, as you can see. Now, this little hard hat symbol you see, that's a drop off waiting for cargo. And it could be for the current objective you have or for another objective. Speaking of objectives, our next one is to get some wooden planks and bring them over. So, quick look at the map. It says, hey, we got some here at the lumber mill. Actually, it looks like one is sitting in a trailer. So let's go grab a trailer. Woohoo! I'll meet you guys at the trailer. Alrighty, here we are, a lumber mill. Now, we can do like we did at the town storage and just grab it from the lumber mill itself. Or we can head to the trailer, which is what I'm going to do, and grab the cargo off the trailer. Or just the trailer itself, I should say. Back on in here. Alright, looks like that's as far back as we're gonna get. Grab it with the winch, pull it on over, And now, if you look under functions, you'll see under truck, attach trailer. Once attaching it, it gives you the option to detach. You also see unpack cargo because of the cargo in the trailer. Alright, let's get on out of here and deliver those planks. We're not going anywhere. Oh, there we go. Come on. Nice and easy. Slow and steady. That's the race. We're not really going anywhere. Let's grab the winch. Now, good tip for the winch is to grab it from someplace behind where you want to attach to. So, just for example, these guys, this one and this one, are right up next to that pole. And would it be good to grab it from here? Grabbing it from this one here would be a better choice, but grabbing it from this one all the way in the back on the trailer is the best option. This means you have more room to pull before you get too close. It gives you a better chance of getting onto some strong dry ground. So let's try it again. With the help of the winch, moving. Look at that. We're struggling to get on out. Now, as we drive on up there, let me just say that trailers can be a blessing and a hindrance. A blessing in that you can carry more. A hindrance in that the wheels on the trailer don't have any power to them. So they're more like dead weights in mud or water. And we should be clear of everything. Once you get onto solid ground, whether it be a dirt road or a natural road, you should be able to pick up speed. And I will meet you back at the bridge. Alright, here we are at the bridge. Now, since I've got a trailer, I gotta take a little bit wider turn so that the trailer doesn't get caught on anything. Here we go, another cutscene. 1, 2. Contract complete. So now we've become rank 2. Higher rank, the more things you have unlocked. So we got our money, we got our EXP. Now we have get to the garage. So let's go to the garage. Real quick, where's the garage? Right on over here. Alrighty, let's go. Right turn towards the garage, it says. Here's another example of dirt roads. As you can see, there's grooves in this ground where trucks before have been driving on through. Sometimes these can be kind of muddy, so sometimes best to avoid getting stuck in grooves. There we go. As you can see to the left, there's a truck in the middle of that watered out field, flooded field, I should say. So far, so good. We got a watered out road, washed out road, I mean. And we're back on solid ground. Ouch. Took a little bit of damage there. Take a look at the bottom left, you can see that ring appear. Slight little line. Alright, look, another truck. Now, before we go inside, let me show you guys one more thing. So over here, this symbol is for the trailer store, where you can buy and sell trailers. These are all the different types of trailers that are available. Some of them require a high saddle, some require a low saddle, and one of them requires a hydrolift saddle. That's not what we're here for. Look, there's another upgrade right here in front of this truck. Discover the Fleet Star. And an upgrade. Let's get this upgrade. It's an all-wheel drive engageable for purchase. Nice. Let's jump into the Fleet Star real quick. Oh boy. This truck has seen better days. As you can see, suspension is broken, so it's sitting down on its wheels, which are flat. All of them are flat. As you can see, everything's damaged, all zeros all across the board. Even if we have fuel in it, we couldn't start it, and the fuel wouldn't stay in it very long because the fuel is leaking. So let's go back to GMC and go into the garage. Welcome to the garage. At the top, you'll see two things. The slots for your garage. This is where you can pull your trucks out and store them for quick use. And the name of your truck, GMC MH9500. In the right corner, you can see your name, the amount of money you have, and your rank level. On the left side, you'll see 4 options: Customize, which lets you customize your truck; Truck Storage, to store your trucks to either make room in your garage or for traveling to another region. Next is Truck Store, where you can browse the different trucks in the game and buy new ones. Lastly is Leave Garage, which, as it says, takes you out of the garage with the truck you currently have selected. Let's take a moment and go through each one briefly. First, Customize. In Customize, you have 4 categories: Upgrade, Visuals, Color, and Decorations. Under Upgrade, you can change the engine, gearbox, suspension, tires, winch, diff lock, spare wheel, snorkel, all-wheel drive, and the frame add-ons. Please note that there are some trucks that don't have all of these options available. Also, under tires, you'll have multiple types, such as highway, all-terrain, off-road, mud, and chained. Again, not all trucks have all options. Like this truck doesn't have mud. To the right of the options, you can have more information about your truck. The name, followed by the type of truck it is, followed by its stats and fuel capacity. Under that, you see your current suspension type, tire type, if it is all-wheel drive and diff lock capable. Under that is the compatibilities. This shows you what type of special add-ons your truck can have. Not all trucks have the same add-ons. Under Visuals, you have 7 options, allowing you to change the look of your truck by changing the visor, what's on its roof, bumpers, exhaust, rims, and a few miscellaneous things. For color, you get to change the color to anything you want. Now, some trucks do have a special color scheme, so not all of them do, but some of them. Lastly, decorations. These let you add a few things such as bobbleheads, stickers inside your truck, or stickers and hood ornaments on the outside of your truck. Moving on to the next selection is truck storage. Here you will see all the trucks you own. If you have any DLC trucks, most will be available here. At the top, you have filtered by truck type: all, highway, heavy duty, heavy, off-road, and scout. Under that, you have your active truck, which is the truck that you have selected for that slot in the garage. Under that is all your available trucks. To the right, you have the information on your currently highlighted truck in its current configuration, just like you would in Customize. And under that, you have a little extra information like background of the truck. Next, we're off to the truck store. The store shows you all the trucks in the game and how much they cost. However, there are some trucks that you cannot buy until you find them in the game. At the top, you have your filter by type again. The middle is the trucks. Any trucks with a yellow box with a check mark in it means you own it. The number next to it shows how many. This also allows you to browse the trucks and see what add-ons they have before purchasing. Lastly, if you're changing regions, it's recommended that you store all trucks you want to take with you, as any trucks that are not in storage will remain at the region you left. So while I have the global map open, let's take a quick look at it. In top left, it shows you what region you're in. Bottom left, it shows the regional progress, which is completed through contracts. Bottom right, you have your region maps. Michigan has 4. Other regions might not have as many. The white lines going between maps shows which maps are connected to each other. Maps with a lock on them have not been visited. The maps also show who's on which map, what trucks you own that are on that map, and what cargo you can get from that map. Please note that not all maps have a garage. Those that do need to have the garage unlocked before you can use it. Until it is unlocked, the map on the global map will show that the garage has not yet been found. Now, looking at the top of the global map, you have your regions. Selecting a region brings it up on the map, showing its maps. Selecting a map will bring you to its map view. If you exit the map now, you will head back to your garage. However, if you select a truck or garage on here, you will travel to that region. Now, if you notice, your garage is empty. And if you go into storage, you'll see that your GMC is missing. We have another GMC, but not the same one. And the reason for that is because we left the GMC in the garage in the other region. So let's head on back. Alright, we have our GMC back. Now, at this point, multiplayer has been unlocked. That means you can have up to 3 friends join you, and they can help you complete tasks and contracts, or you can join them and help them. At the same time, all the other contracts for the area have been revealed. So if we go to the local map, you can see we have a few task givers now. We have 2 more contractors, and we have a contest. So, contest is shown by this little stopwatch, and it's basically a timed task. The better you do, the faster you do it, the more money and experience you get. As for tasks, there are different types. You have this one, missing machinery, and motel woes. Both have the same type of symbol. This means you're going to be bringing stuff to them, just to either get them back in order or starting them back up. Sometimes doing this can unlock other warehouses or other storage points, or even gas stations. Fallen power line, as you see, has a different symbol, and this one just means it's blocking a path, which means if you complete this task, a new path will open up. So that's it for now, guys.